Hello, my name's Danielle and this is Excalibur Books, and today we are doing another Read It or Leave It vlog. All these books are here because I've just recorded another video that would already be up by the time you're watching this, which would be my recent reads, but today we are going to be doing Read It or Leave It, which is one of my favourite things to film because I don't know what I'm going to be reading. I have these shelves that have books that have been on my TBR for longest. I just want to get them down so I can replace them with other books that I have, because I have over 400 books that I've not read that I physically own in my house. We want to hurry up and read them so I can fit more books in. Let's go upstairs to them shelves and pick out our first book. So here we are back at the Read It or Leave It TBR. Sorry for the bad angle again, but like I said last time, we are sitting on the floor. Now, I don't have a lot of time to do this because I am actually cooking dinner, but we've got the challenge jar here to pick one from. Now, there are some missing out of here because I've just filmed my TBR and I didn't want to pick the same challenges out again. So let's pick a challenge. So we have bingo prompt, which my bingo board is downstairs, so 1 second. Do you know what, my bingo board wasn't even downstairs, it was upstairs. And now I'm out of breath from running downstairs. But here we go. So we have a book over 100 years old, graphic novel, 2024 Goodreads nominee, published this year, book subscription box book, and extreme horror. We don't have any book subscription box books on here. We have some extreme horrors, I think. I can't see what were 2024 nominees because I am recording on my phone. Don't think we're going to have any published this year because they won't be on this TBR. Any graphic novels? No. We probably have a classic on here. Dracula was on here at some point, but I think it's moved up there. So I think Dracula's down here. Do I really want to read Dracula though? I don't know if I want to read Dracula. Do you know what? I've decided to just bite the bullet and read Dracula. This is a very good edition. It's got deckled edges. I know most people hate deckled edges, but I actually love them. Yeah, so let's just do it. And I'm going to put it in for my horror bingo board for a spooky word in the title, because I think Dracula's now classed as a spooky word. That's what you associate Dracula with, like Halloween, spooky. We'll get right into reading this book. I'm excited but scared at the same time. So, I am 136 pages into Dracula. You might notice that I am in the same clothes as this intro because I am recording at the same time. I recorded picking this book a few days ago because I needed something to read. I've made a bit of progress. What is good is this book is set out in journal entries and letters, so it's quite fast to read for like a slow-paced story. Like, it helps the pacing of the book, because I was expecting it to be really dense like most classics, but it's actually okay. Basically, we were just following Jonathan, and he went on a trip to Dracula's castle. It was fine at first, and then he was obviously noticing some weird things was going on with Dracula. Like, he was climbing the walls on the outside, he was only coming out at night, he wasn't eating anything, obviously because he's a vampire, but he doesn't know that. But he was getting weird feelings, and then he realised he actually can't leave the castle, so he was essentially Dracula's prisoner. Then we flip to Whitby, and Dracula obviously comes to Whitby, if you don't know the story of Dracula, and it's really good reading about a place that you've visited quite often, because I have been on holiday to Whitby many times as a child. I would like to visit again soon because I've not been for over 10 years, and it's just nice. I've never read a story in a place that I've know really well, so that's a really fun experience. But yeah, it's going very well so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm just quite apprehensive about getting a bit bored, but hopefully there'll be stuff happening that keeps it compelling. We've just been introduced to Dr. Van Helsing. I've never like read or watched like the original Dracula story, but I've watched many like adaptations of Dracula, especially I don't know if you know, like the CBBC Young Dracula show. I used to watch that as a kid and love it. So I love seeing these characters that inspired them characters. But yeah, we're getting lots of letters and journal entries from Mina at the minute and Lucy. So we've had like a change of character perspective. Yeah, I'm excited to read because there's like an index. I'm excited to go back to Jonathan's journal because we've not seen him for a while. I might do another update before I finish this. I have this cardigan that I was making to like front panels, but I finished this front panel and I've actually lost the other front panel, so I think I'm gonna have to scrap that so far. I'm just gonna leave it for a bit and see if it turns it up. I have been designing some cross-stitch bookmarks, so I might show you some of them if I get to making them soon. So I'm going to talk about Dracula because I did finish that quite a while ago. Oh my god, my hair is a mess because it's so windy. Apologies. But so I switched to the audiobook because halfway through I started to struggle to get through it. Like the first half I was flying through it and I was really surprised because it's a classic. And then yeah, it started getting a bit more boring and more difficult, not as compelling I would say, so I wasn't wanting to pick it up all the time, so switched to audio to be easier. It still took me a very long time to get through and I was listening to it in like little bits, so it's quite difficult to talk about because I've not forgot stuff, but like I wasn't taking it in as much, I guess. I really liked the first bit because of the setting, really. I really liked the setting of Dracula's castle at the start, and then we moved over to Whitby and I really love the setting of Whitby because I've been in Whitby many times. It's very nostalgic for me because it's like a childhood seaside holiday spot. And then the stories were just about Mina and Lucy, and like then Dracula wasn't really in it anymore. Like considering it's Dracula, you didn't see a lot of Dracula, which I didn't mind, but I feel like some people going in will expect to see a lot of Dracula, might be disappointed. I didn't mind that. I just got quite bored and I think it got quite repetitive. So I'm going to give it like 2.5 stars, middle of the road. I was expecting to like Dracula a lot more. I think I will like a lot of retellings and inspirations by Dracula. I think I would like them more. I am going to try some of them. I've got Carmilla, so I don't know how that relates to Dracula. It's only little, so I'm going to give that a go as well. But yes, a bit disappointing. I was expecting a little bit of a higher rating than that. So it's quite late at night, so I'm being quiet, and so if you can hear the TV's upstairs, but I need to pick my next book out ready to read in the morning after I've finished Dracula. So I'm just gonna pull one out of here and then I'll show you what I picked out. After reading a classic, I want something quick and easy. That would be nice. Let's see what we've got. My cat is rolling about on the floor and I don't know why. Ooh, I have got one word title, if you can read that. Let's pick a book out with one word in the title. Like I said earlier, I couldn't record picking the book because it was quite late and everyone was asleep or watching telly where my bookshelves were. As you saw, I got book with one word in the title. I'll put a clip of what I picked out to choose from because there was quite a lot. As you can see, I did pick Babel up, and I did say that I wanted a quick one, but I'd come so close to picking Babel, I almost picked it. But in the end, I did pick Red by Jack Ketchum because it has been a long time since I read a Jack Ketchum book. I've read quite a few and I've really enjoyed all the ones I've read. I've had this one on my TBR for a long time, so I thought I might as well just get to it. I just feel like it's going to take me ages to pick Babel up, so that's why I came so close to reading it. I did fancy fantasy as well. I've just looked at this book and I think it's got 2 books in it, because I just opened it and it's got this bit. It's like it's starting a new book. Anyway, I'll have to look into that. This is about a man called Avery who is out fishing with his dog called Red, and these groups of teenagers, boys, come and they have a shotgun, and unfortunately they shoot the man's dog and kill it. So if you don't want to read about that, then trigger warnings for like animal death in this one. But it's done, like the whole story is about Avery revenging the death of his dog, so it's not done in like a bad way. It's done in a way where, well, I've not read the book, I've only just started it, but where hopefully we're gonna get revenge for that. I have read the bit where the dog dies, and it's not nice to read, but it is over very quickly and it's done well, I would say. So yeah, it's not like intense. Talks a lot about grief as well, because his wife passed away and she's the one that got him the dog. There's a lot of emotion in that. So I'm 70 pages in so far. From what I can see, the book's actually shorter than I thought it was. So far he's trying to go the route of reporting them to the police and everything, but they don't seem that interested. So I am intrigued to see what he's going to do about it now. But yeah, I'll keep you updated, or if it is that short I might just finish it, but we'll see how we get on. Hello, sorry if it's bad quality. There isn't any good lighting anywhere. This is the best I could get, but it's time to pick out a new book. I've still not finished Red, but I'm very close to finishing. I'm going camping in the morning, so I do need the book to take with me. Whilst I'm here, I'll actually do a little update for Red. The book is a lot shorter than I actually thought because it's got a novella in the back. I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. I'm quite bored by it. Nothing much has happened and I don't seem that interested. I really like the main character and I like the stories, and like I like what he's doing and like going to revenge like his dog's death, whatever, and he's going like the right way about it. So far it's like not a horror at all, it's just a thriller. Not what I expected, especially from Jack Ketchum, as I've loved all his books. I'll still read all his books, just I don't know if this one's just a bit of a different one. Not really interested in the plot, it's just him keep going to these boys that killed his dog, having like an altercation sort of thing, and then him going to the police, they saying, oh, we can't do anything about it, they're not really going to get done, so it's not worth it. Him going and finding then another altercation, just keeps going. Like I said, I'm near the end, so I'm at like the penultimate bit of the story, so we'll see what happens there and I'll come back and relay it to you. But we will pick out our next challenge. So I've got a book to take with me tomorrow because I'm definitely going to finish Red tomorrow, so then I can get started on this one. Ooh, fantasy. I'm feeling a fantasy, so that is a good pick, especially because I can pick any fantasy that's on them shelves anyway. So we're now at our campsite. We've been here for a couple of hours, but I will show you our setup. So here's our tent. So that's one that we sleep in and we're using that one for like storage and stuff. Need to take that cart back. Then we come in here, we've got James's hammock set up and our fire pit. He's just cutting some kindling wood, so we'll have a fire soon, and our little chilling area there. So I still need to talk to you about read because I finished that, but I am starting Babel soon. I've literally not started it yet, but I am gonna start that right this minute and get some reading and chilling done at our campsite. Hello, so we are on our last night at the campsite and I have a few updates to give that I didn't give yesterday. I think I said on my last one that I finished read yesterday when we got here, and I have put it through core pile and I gave it 3 stars. This, I thought it was a horror because I've read a few Jack Ketchum books before and they were all horrors. They're all more like extreme horrors as well, but this one, it was just a thriller. Like, it wasn't even a horror. I wouldn't say it's classed as a horror on Goodreads, but I wouldn't say it's a horror. I think I told you what it was about, but I just thought it was a bit repetitive, and yeah, I would have rated it high if it was a horror, I think. So give that 3 stars. It's only short, so I don't have a lot to say about it, but I do like how it ended. Thought that was nice. This morning or last night I started Babel by R.F. Kuang. Yeah, I didn't know what I was expecting going into it, but I'm really liking it. There's been a few times recently where I've been thinking of books 5 stars at the start and then I just didn't like it by the end of it. So I'm not getting my hopes up too much, but basically so far we have been introduced to Robin in China. So he's been taken to England by his guardian to learn different languages and to become a translator. So he has just started university, and yeah, that's all that's happened so far. So I don't know what's going to go on in the story because I've not actually read the blurb. I've gone into it blind, but it says here, until it become a prison, but can a student stand against an empire? So I guess there's going to be some sort of, he goes against like the government or something, because there's quite a lot of political conversations in this as well, and it's got a lot of footnotes. I love footnotes. So yeah, this has been really interesting. I've been meaning to get to this since it came out, because I got this when it first came out, so a good few years, but I've been intimidated by it, but I just thought I'd start it. And then I brought loads of stuff with me. I brought my crochet. I'm learning to knit, so I brought that, and I'm making this cross stitch bookmark, because that's what I'm doing at the minute. I'm just starting a frog here. I actually haven't done much. I've only just started doing this today, so I've been reading most of the day, and we went for a walk and just had some dinner. I'll probably talk to you next when I get home. Just coming in for an update because I am loving this book so far. The writing is amazing. I don't know if I said before, but I was concerned because I have DNF'd an R.F. Kuang book before, but this one is much better. I feel like I'm learning so much from it. I'm about 140 pages in, so not far. I don't know if obviously it's fiction, so I don't know if like what I'm learning is true, but it feels like it. It feels like it's rooted in fact, but I don't know if it actually is. I'm learning so much about like the English language and like why different words are like put together. It feels like I'm at uni with them. That's how like what it's like. Hopefully it doesn't get boring because it is a thick book, so hopefully we get something like moving the plot along more. But there has just introduced a like secret society plot, which I'm hoping we like delve deeper into, because I really want to see like the inner workings of that, because at the minute it's only been like mentioned, like we've only just touched the surface of it. Our main character Robin has got like a friendship group at his university, and like the writing style is just so good, because it will say stuff like they've all become closer, but they didn't know that in a few weeks' time they'll be doing this, and in a few weeks' time they'll know each other like this. So it's like the narrating voice is like commenting in, like, the narrator's in the future and it's commenting on the past tense, but it only does it sometimes. But I really like that, it adds like depth to the story. I'm going to continue on and hopefully it stays this good. So here are the shelves that I pick from for the Read It or Leave It vlogs, and as you can see we've actually made some gaps, so I'm going to get some books from my normal TBR places and fill these ones up so we have a full shelf to pick from next time we do one of these vlogs. So those 4 paperbacks have just been added on. Oh, that one's upside down. There we go. These 4 paperbacks have been added here. Perfect fit. Yeah, these have been on my TBR for a while. Also, mind this dusty sleeve where I've just got these books from was very dusty. And I'm going to find 1 or 2 to go in there. Then I've just put The Handmaid's Tale in here and an Assassin's Creed book in there to read. It was a bit of a tight squeeze, but yeah. So these bookshelves are now full again. I have 50 pages left of Babel, so I'm going to sit down and finish this now. Hello, I am coming on to end this video because I have finished our last book, which is Babel. Finished this earlier today, and I can't remember what I've said about this book, but yeah, I was really enjoying it. I think it's good how, like, you can tell she's a really good author. Like I said, I've read Poppy War, but I didn't continue on with the series because I didn't like Poppy War, so I was apprehensive going into this one, but I loved this one. Like, you can tell that she's a great author, and I think it put into perspective for me that it wasn't the writing of Poppy War that I didn't like. It's just because it was like a military kind of story that I don't really like military stories. But yeah, this one, obviously it's dark academia, so it's a completely different vibe. I would say, like, you're obviously by the end are meant to be attached to these characters and attached to this friendship group that they're formed for it to like fully hit you, but I didn't really care about the characters, and it does take a lot for me to care about characters. I've not put it through core pile yet, but I reckon it's going to come out of 4-star. I was just getting, like I said, I wasn't that connected to the characters, so the ending didn't upset me like it should do, and towards the end I was getting a bit bored of the story, but yeah, I loved it. I think it says a lot that she's got me really interested in a subject that I wasn't interested before, like languages. Like, I felt like I learnt a lot reading this book, like not in a bad way. It didn't feel like I was reading a book to learn, it was like fun reading it and learning. Yeah, I can't wait to read her other book. Yeah, her other book, Catabasis, literally come out the other day, so I'm going to get that one, buy that one and read that one soon, because I think that's a dark academia book as well. I've not looked into it, I'm just assuming that it looks like one. I don't know if I actually said what this is about. Basically following Robin, who has been brought over from China when he was a little kid. I think he was about 6 years old maybe. So he grew up speaking Cantonese and Mandarin, I think, and then he's brought over to study languages. I think he spoke English over in China, and then he comes and works on all of his languages and he becomes like Babel's like a translating school, college sort of thing. It was really interesting. Lots of talks of colonisation, like of the British Empire, because this is set in the 1830s when like the British Empire was massive, and yeah, just talking about the lengths that people go for power and stuff. Obviously our main character is half Chinese, so he gets quite a lot of racism, so does his friends, because they've all been taken from different countries. So some difficult topics are being talked about in this book, but important topics as well. I think in my other clip I called it Babel, but it explains in the book that the people are called babblers because they're translators, so like that's their nickname, so I'm assuming it's called Babel. But yeah, it feels like such an achievement to have read this book, because it's been staring at me from my bookshelves for 3 years since it came out. I knew from everyone's comments, I knew that it was going to take me a while to read it. I have been reading it for 2 weeks. But yeah, now I can finally end this vlog that has been going on for weeks. I think I'm going to start a vlog tomorrow, because I'm going to start a new book tonight. And I think it's going to be a mood reading vlog. That's everything today. All the books we finished. Dracula, gave that 2.5 stars. Red, I think if I remember rightly, I gave that 3 stars. And Babel, 4 stars. So yeah, I'll catch you on my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.